I'm Grace Corkhill and I live in country New South Wales. In 2013 I had a cerebral artery aneurysm rupture and that caused a stroke and paralysis down my left side. I was also diagnosed with epilepsy, and then after that I was diagnosed with FND as a result of all that original trauma. So FND is functional neurological disorder. It's where the messages between the brain and the nervous system are confused and the specialists say are a bit muddy.
The thing that makes FND complex is the variability in the way that it presents. People can present with a plethora of symptoms, really, that in the context of FND reflects, as we understand it, a problem in the way the brain is communicating with the body.
FND presents in different symptoms for everyone that has it, and it's a very wide stem of people and their symptoms. They don't necessarily have a neurological condition like I did originally. It can come from a psychological issue or it can come from a neurological issue.
There's a commonly held misconception about FND that it is a purely mental health issue, and it's not. It is as much a mental health issue as it is a physical health issue.
So my symptoms were physical leg shakes. I struggled a lot with the fact that I could just be sitting here and I couldn't pinpoint a trigger, but my legs were still shaking. That mentally affected me a fair bit, so then the mental health thing sort of probably came into play a bit, and the anxiety around them happening in public, and I didn't go out in public a lot for a little while because I was so worried about something happened. I stopped my work. I reverted back to old habits, which were bad habits, of just staying inside on the lounge and only seeing my family, my mum and dad, because I was so worried about these shakes happening out in public or at my workplace.
It's a safe estimate to say roughly about 1 in 6 people that see a neurologist in their clinic will be diagnosed with an FND, and most community surveys would support that. So it's a very common condition.
It affected me a lot because I had previously dealt with other things with an operation or with medication or with a straightforward answer, and FND is so different. It's all self-care, it's all self-work with specialists, it's all slow progress. I met Adith at the hospital and then he said, we're going to do this 6-week trial period, therapy type thing. And lucky for me, living in country New South Wales, they were extremely flexible, being able to do it via Zoom. Hi, how are you going?
Hi, how's everything going?
Good. Yeah, good. I was at work 2 days this week and I have been exercising every day this week and have physio on Monday, and yeah, going really well.
We applied for and were successful in receiving a Mindgardens translational research grant. And then the research component was really around addressing the gap in information around FND. And so we set out to address those gaps with the data that we captured as part of a clinic. So the clinic itself provides a clinical service. And then what we've built on top of that is a very robust research data collection system that allows us to measure the impact of what we're doing.
So the 6-week program involved a neuropsychiatrist. I sat with 3 different therapists, one being a psychologist, a physio and an OT.
And FND is treatable, even though a cure is too simplistic a way to look at it. FND is inherently treatable, and even simple things like educating people about their FND and providing basic interdisciplinary intervention as we do. We only run a 6-week program, can go a long way towards improving somebody's quality of life.
And I went into the 6-week period with the girls and Adith thinking that, oh no, this isn't going to work, or I'm going to have to suffer with these symptoms for the rest of my life. I noticed improvements each week just from those little things that I was doing. I think even just being taught about FND was very pivotal to how I coped with it too. It was very proven that everything that they put into place had worked.
To recognise there are a number of people out there with FND that are receiving very little and struggle with their condition, and they don't need to.
On the list of my medical conditions, FND is going to be there. That's just a reality, but I just have all these strategies and the team is incredible, and I have that all in check to be able to go, well, I can manage that. These days I'm going to work, I'm going and getting my own groceries, I'm going and catching a lift with a co-worker, and I don't need to be worried about that because I'm so accomplished and I'm set if something does happen, type of thing.
I mean, Mindgardens have been an invaluable support and continue to be that for us, really, in terms of getting the message out in relation to FND, around looking at advocacy, around looking at lobbying for additional funding streams, around support with media and publicity for the clinic and for FND and for our patients. And so Mindgardens has really taken that to another level for us.
It's almost like I feel back in control of my life because of the treatment I've received, because of how far I've come since I had that first symptom. If it does come back, obviously, it's just in the back of my head that I can go, well, I have those tools, and how amazing is it that I've had these tools from this team to be able to almost fix this medical condition. Like, that's amazing.